A wonderful YouTuber that I adore, known as TBS Skyen, has made a short series dissecting the brilliance in some panels of One Piece. I am completely inspired by this idea and going to be doing something similar for My Hero or just manga that speaks to me in general. Today, I will be talking about chapter 371 in My Hero Academia. This chapter in particular is a very deep message, so you don't actually need to have read the manga or understand the show all that well to understand its point. That being said, I will try to keep spoilers to a minimum. My Hero Academia, as I'm sure most of you know, is a series where people in its world have special abilities known as quirks. Around 80% of the world has quirks, and they range from super strength to having the literal body proportions of a mouse. With quirks diversifying how people look in such an incredibly vast manner, a question I've always had is how long did it take everyone to accept this as normal? Just in our world's history, people have prayed to different gods, been gay, or just different colors than someone else, and we fight, segregate, and judge each other constantly. But in the context of My Hero's chapters, we've only seen inclusion for those who look different than the average human, or heteromorphs as they're called in the series. That topic was one not heavily dug into until chapter 371, or 370 for that matter. In this chapter, the antagonist, the Paranormal Liberation Frontier, is attacking Central Hospital with the help of thousands of heteromorph civilians. During this, what we find out as readers is that though the city is very inclusive for all people, some smaller villages are absolutely not and refer to heteromorphs as horrible things, calling them mutants, monsters, and saying they have tainted blood. To those who've only seen oppression and mistreatment, the Liberation Front gave them a chance to fight for a change. An anarchaic change, but a change nonetheless. A misguided chance to change the nonsense and pain that they've been put through. Shoji, who gets a wonderful highlight in this mini-arc, flashes back to the pain and quite literal scars he's gotten for looking the way he does and coming from one of those backwater villages. But he also flashes back to how his quirk allowed him to save a little girl that was going to drown. As he fights, he screams out to the people who've been through the same or worse pain as him. Our oppressors will never be right, but isn't there another way? In a very Martin Luther King way, he wants to build bridges to eliminate hate instead of burn them. He's taken the hate and prejudice he's been given his whole life and turned it into his strength. Which leads me to the best panel of this chapter, the final panel. Spinner, who's ironically in the midst of a pretty monstrous transformation himself, sees Shoji using his new ability against him, which is an amalgamation of his duplicating arm ability twisted into a gigantic mass of twisted flesh. To which Spinner says, disgusting. Putting together all the new information we learned about Shoji in his past, he responds, what can I say? It's just who I am. If you've ever experienced discrimination for your religion, your sexual orientation, your race before, and kept confidence in yourself, this moment didn't just speak to you, it shouted. It screamed to me in a way that had me fighting back tears. Shoji will never forget the scars he has, or why he got them. For those who discriminate against Shoji, he doesn't think of their hate, their harsh words, or his quote-unquote impurity. He thinks of the people he saves. He thinks of how his differences make him great. In this panel, Shoji is both literally and figuratively above his antagonist. He's literally framed above Spinner, but metaphorically, he is above discrimination with his fist raised fighting against it. It's easy to discredit the background in this frame due to it being so minimal, but this is done with intention. In every other panel, the top of the buildings are drawn, but not this final panel. The light is obscuring the top of the buildings. If it were drawn normally, it would put Shoji in a box, but the light behind him, no. Shoji himself is breaking that mold. He's breaking the box he's meant to be put in. He's the light shining on darkness. Though this quote-unquote arc is short, the message hits like a truck, and this panel really takes that message home. And that's all the time I'll have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave in the comments your opinions on this panel or other mangas you enjoy. We also have a Discord if you want to interact with me or each other more directly. The link to that will be in the description. As a person with a dice for a head, this topic in particular means a lot to me, and I'm very proud of the message in this video. I choose to spread love instead of hate with every word I say. So whether you watch the anime, read the manga, or none of the above, thank you for watching. Make today better than yesterday, and until next time, I'll see you later.